Never fear, the defender of all henshin kind is here. Welcome back, guys, to the Eternal Ranger reviews. I know it has been a while since I've last done a review on anything, but we are back now with weekly episodes. Stay tuned every Tuesday for another Eternal Ranger review. But today, we are going to be looking at the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Gotchard Steamhopper form. So, without further ado, let's start off by taking a look at the packaging. So, as we can see here, we have a very nice product picture of Kamen Rider Gotchard. This is by Bandai Tamashii Nations. Over here, a little dusty on my copy, sorry about that. We have a beautiful picture of Kamen Rider Gotchard in all of his glory. Top of the box, we have Kamen Rider Gotchard SH Figuarts. Side of the box, we have the rest of this picture, which moves on to this side. On the back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots. Have them in a bunch of different action poses. You have them here as standard pose, action pose, one of his other action poses, and we even got a kicking pose. We got some things that I cannot read. I do not know Japanese. Simple style and heroic action, which is one of my favorite features on the SH Figuarts lines of any Figuarts in general. They're some of the most detailed and screen-accurate representation of action figures that I've personally ever seen. On the bottom of the box, you have your caution, don't eat anything in the box, very dangerous, for ages 15 up. Obviously, you can give it to someone who's about 10, but I don't know how well they would take care of it. But that is it for the packaging itself, so let us move on to the figure. That is what you guys are here for. And here is Kamen Rider Gotchard, our current Kamen Rider, who will be ending in a few short weeks. But then we can make way for Kamen Rider Gav, which I am very excited for. But moving on from that, let me just say that the painting and sculpting on this figure is by far one of the most impressive I have ever seen on a Kamen Rider figure. I mean, all the blue armor on him is done in a very beautiful chrome blue. You have that gorgeous shine that just complements the black matte paint on the rest of the figure. You have little details on the bottom of his feet, as you can see right here. Again, the details on SH Figuarts toys are so incredible. Let's get a close look at the helmet here. As you can see, we have detailing in his visor. You can see all the little details in there. Sorry, my light is not as good as it should be. Let me pop my flash on. There we go. But yeah, you can just see all the gorgeous shine on the blue, the beautiful detailing right here in the middle of the chest, that absolutely gorgeous paint job. Even on his henshin belt, the detailing is just phenomenal. Posability, this guy is insanely posable. Let's take a look at his back real quick. The belt is done in a gorgeous matte orange paint. You have his little scarf here that is on a ball joint. So it is not a ball joint. It's more like on a little tab. Pops right off pretty easily. So I don't personally mess with mine a lot unless I'm doing like an action pose. His helmet is by far, again, one of my most favorites on a Figuarts. His detailing, you got the silver in his gloves, and you have a little bit of silver right here on the sides of his chest armor. You have the goggles here on his head and the antennas on the sides of his face right here, all done in a gorgeous silver paint. But like I said, guys, I cannot get over how gorgeous the chrome painting is. Now, let us move on to accessories, because as it is in SH Figuarts, he does come with a lot of accessories. And here we have his accessories. He has a bunch of different styled hands. You have his normal grabby hands right here, as if he's holding his blaster. You have a pair of generic, well, not so much, oh, I'm sorry, I grabbed the wrong hand, that's why. So you have a pair of generic hands where he's just like kind of hanging them off to his side. Again, all done in a gorgeous silver paint. You have a pair of different styled pointing fingers. This one, the other one of this one is actually on my figure right now. You have this pointing finger as if he's pointing to somebody. You have a pointing finger for the other hand, so you have two little, if he wants to do a little trigger finger. You have a pair of generic fists. Again, mine is actually on my figure right here. And, of course, you have his blaster, which is done in a gorgeous, almost see-through type of red plastic. Not red, I'm sorry, orange plastic. It has no functionality on the gun itself. Like, nothing moves, nothing opens or closes. But the paint job is spectacular. It's absolutely phenomenal to me. It's got such a great shine. That plastic, that sticker right here, which I'm almost positive is a sticker. I could also be very wrong on that. And then on the opposite side is just plain black. Fits into his hand fairly well. You just slide it right in there on either the left or the right hand. And he holds it really tightly. Very, very tightly. So, there's that. Now, let us move on to the articulation of the figure himself. Alright, so now we are moving on to posability. He has torso swivel. You can swivel all the way around. Both the top half of his torso can go all the way around. And the bottom half of his torso can also go all the way around. Obviously, you want to make sure that you don't do what I did. And even his belt itself does have some posability. Like, his belt can also move around, but obviously we don't want the belt to move. The belt should stay right there in the front. As I said earlier, his scarf here is completely posable because it is on a little tab. His little shoulder guards here can move slightly, a little up and down. They're on a little butterfly hinge, which it does decrease how much his arms can go up. They can't go all the way up, but you do get a good 360 spin. Get a fantastic double bend at the elbow. Bends once there. And again on the other side of the elbow. The hands are on a ball joint because they are replaceable. So they are on a swivel also. Obviously, same thing as the other arm. His head is on a swivel. He can look up that far. He can look down. Almost non-existent. It can turn 360 degrees. You don't need to do that, obviously. If you want to do it, you could. You don't need to. He has a good ab crunch. He can look back that far. Excuse me. And he can look crunch down that far. Very good ab crunch. Thighs are on a ball joint, so they can move. They can't move 360. They can go up forward that far, and they can go back pretty far, which does make for a decent spread. He has a double bend at the knees, which is very good. You have ankle swivel. They are on a ball joint. Can move back that far, can move forward that far. A semi-good pivot, not the best, not the worst either. And you do have a toe bend because of all the Figuarts are able to bend on their toes, which is great. So you can get this guy into a lot, and I mean a lot, of dramatic fighting poses, whether he's fighting one of his enemies, whether he's fighting a whole nother rider. But yeah, I would, honest to God, recommend this Figuarts to any fan of Kamen Rider in general. I would recommend Figuarts to anybody in general. And there you have my review of Kamen Rider Gotchard Steamhopper form from the Tamashii Nation's SH Figuarts line. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any kind of questions at all about Tamashii Nations, where you can find them, please leave a comment. I will gladly answer them. I personally acquired this from a convention called Anime Boston. If you've never been, I definitely recommend going. They hold it every year in, Boston. Tune in next Tuesday for my coverage review on the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Gotchard Magnum Boost. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and if you have not, please ring that Ranger bell for all updates on all of my upcoming videos. Again, I apologize for not being active for a while, but I will be active every single Tuesday, again, posting all new reviews on Kamen Rider, Power Rangers, Super Sentai, everything relatively related to Tokusatsu. Possibly even some Ultraman down the line. Thank you all for enjoying this video. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and above all else, may the power protect you. Until next week, guys, this has been Eternal Ranger of Eternal Ranger Reviews, and I'll catch you later.